These 5 creators absolutely demolished their reputations, and some of these cases are so downright outrageous it's even gotten EA Sports involved. But instead of easing our way into the video, let's start at the deep end with one of YouTube's most insane downfalls. The Sky Does Minecraft situation. This monstrosity of a downfall first blew up when Elizabeth, his ex-partner and the mother of his child, released a comprehensive document online, accusing Dobrik of emotional and physical abuse during their relationship. This document, which included screenshots, videos and personal testimonies, quickly spread across social media. She described enduring years of trauma at the hands of Dobrik, including instances where he allegedly inflicted physical harm on her while she was pregnant. In one extremely disturbing account, Elizabeth claimed that Dobrik, in a fit of rage, began painting on the walls with his own blood after injuring himself and then elbowed her in the stomach multiple times. She also accused him of manipulating and belittling her, using his fame and influence to control her and others around him. "You hurt me for too long, and I'm tired of feeling afraid of you and what speaking up may bring. I had to tell people you weren't abusive because whenever I said you were, you would harass me and say horrible, horrible things. You were so unkind," Elizabeth wrote, but things got so much worse. The accusations didn't stop with Elizabeth. Following her account, other former collaborators and friends of Dobrik came forward with their own allegations of mistreatment and abuse. Some former members of the YouTube collective Team Crafted, with whom Dobrik had collaborated, also described similar sentiments of monstrous behaviour. They described Dobrik as increasingly volatile, prone to outbursts of anger, and manipulative towards those in his circle. Dobrik, who used to be huge in the Minecraft community, with over 11 million subscribers, saw his fanbase quickly turn against him. In the months following the controversy, Dobrik attempted to distance himself from his past, even going so far as to list his YouTube channel for sale, hoping to offload the account that had once been his ticket to internet fame. But honestly, who in their right mind would buy a channel with a past as dark as Dobrik's? Despite the strong gravity of the accusations, Dobrik remained mostly silent, offering us no substantial public response. His silence was interpreted by many as an admission of guilt, further obliterating his once strong reputation. But on the topic of giant channels collapsing in a matter of days, there is no channel larger than MrBeast, making this fall in reputation even more devastating. Now, this YouTuber needs no introduction. The drama began when a former employee of MrBeast, Dogpack404, released a damning video titled "I worked for MrBeast, he's a fraud." This video, which quickly amassed millions of views in a matter of days, has sparked uproar on MrBeast's authenticity in his content. Now, Dogpack404, who claims to have worked briefly for MrBeast's production team, accused the YouTuber of fabricating his videos and manipulating viewers. The most explosive allegations include claims that many of MrBeast's supposedly random participants in challenges and giveaways were actually pre-selected friends or relatives of the production team.
Hey, it's the pilot guy.
Let's get it!
Wait, he's about to be the first one out? That's unlike him.
And though you got out first, I still have a prize for you. Just wait here.
Oh, first person out gets a car, and it just happened to be your friend Mac.
The former employee also suggested that several of MrBeast's most popular videos were scripted and that the outcome of competitions was predetermined, undermining the authenticity that MrBeast's brand is built on. In response to the sudden collapse of MrBeast's reputation, a current MrBeast employee known as Chucky took to social media to fiercely defend Jimmy. Chucky claimed that Dogpack404 only worked at the company for less than a month and had no significant involvement in the videos he criticised. According to Chucky, the decision to terminate Dogpack404's employment was due to extremely erratic behaviour, suggesting that the former employee might not be a very credible source for such serious allegations, targeting the biggest creator on the platform. Chucky also emphasised that the giveaways are real, stating, "We do not fake giveaways. I have been hands-on with some of them and have personally been the person to connect winners with our accounting department to get paid."
Newest order gets $2,000. Good luck, everybody.
So this was a 6-hour live stream. They took it down off YouTube, but 5 hours of it are still up on their Facebook page. And during those 5 hours, I counted 46 illegal lotteries.
But when we all thought it would end there, it didn't. Dogpack404 then released another video titled "I Worked For MrBeast, He's a Sociopath," making serious accusations that MrBeast knowingly hired a convicted sex offender and allowed the individual to appear in multiple videos while wearing a mask to conceal their identity. Dogpack404 claims that MrBeast's team was aware of the individual's criminal history, but chose to keep it hidden from the public. Dogpack further indicated that he plans to release more details about this allegation, as well as other instances of misconduct in a future video.
Also, I know MrBeast's secret CEO has been practically like harassing my people on, hey, what's in part 2? What does he know? So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be about serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes. And I'll make sure to give you full credit and plaster your face all over the screen when we talk about that.
However, many of us have called for more transparency from Jimmy, urging him to address these allegations directly. However, let's keep in mind, this isn't the first time MrBeast has faced accusations of being much less than genuine. Back in 2021, another former employee, Matt Turner, also made headlines when he accused MrBeast of creating a toxic work environment and mistreating many of his staff. Turner, who worked as an editor for MrBeast's channel, claimed that he was yelled at, bullied, called mentally retarded and replaceable. He also alleged that MrBeast forced him to work long hours with little to no breaks and made extremely unreasonable demands that contributed to a highly stressful workplace. But get this, Turner also suggested that much of the content produced for MrBeast's channel was not as spontaneous or authentic as it appeared either. He implied that certain aspects of the videos were heavily scripted or manipulated to achieve a desired outcome, which heavily contradicts the genuine, non-staged, larger-than-life persona that MrBeast projects to his viewers. But although we may not have all the facts just yet revolving around the current MrBeast situation, we've got all the facts around David Dobrik. Now guys, this situation is absolutely terrible. His fall in reputation first took place when the sexual assault of a young woman by his friend and Vlog Squad member Dominika Zeglaitis, better known as Dirtadom, first came to light in 2021. This was absolutely one of the most damaging scandals to ever hit a YouTuber. The incident itself dates back to 2018, when Dobrik and his Vlog Squad filmed a video that has since been heavily criticised for its role in facilitating and trivialising sexual misconduct. The situation began when a group of college students, including the woman referred to as Hannah, a fake name to cover her real identity, were invited to join Dobrik and his crew for a video shoot. According to reports, alcohol was provided to the young women, all of whom were underage at the time. Hannah described how the environment quickly became uncomfortable, with the Vlog Squad members pressuring them to participate in sexually suggestive activities for the sake of content. It was very much an environment where it felt like saying no was not okay, Hannah later recounted, adding that she and her friends felt obligated to give them content. As the night progressed, Hannah became too intoxicated to consent, and it was during this time that Zeglaitis allegedly assaulted her. The assault was partially documented in a now deleted vlog titled "She Should Not Have Played With Fire," which was viewed millions of times before being taken down at Hannah's request. The video showed the Vlog Squad joking about a five-some, but behind the scenes something far more sinister was unfolding. Hannah, who later spoke out through an article in Business Insider, shared that she had no recollection of the assault, only learning of it through the testimony of her friends who found her barely conscious afterward. Major sponsors such as Dollar Shave Club, EA Sports and DoorDash cut ties with Dobrik, and his photo sharing app, Dispo, saw its investors pull out, forcing Dobrik to step down from the board. YouTube also temporarily suspended monetization on his channels, dealing a significant blow to his income and online presence. Now, in response to the allegations, Dobrik released 2 apology videos, both of which were met with mixed reactions. In his first apology, Dobrik distanced himself from Zeglaitis, stating that he no longer films with certain people because he doesn't align with some of the actions they were involved in. However, this response was widely deemed as insincere and self-serving, especially given the role Dobrik played in organising, filming, and publishing the content that led to the assault. His second apology was slightly more remorseful, with Dobrik expressing regret for his past actions and acknowledging the hurt caused by his content. But many of us will never forgive him. Now, speaking of terrible creators have been involved in resurfacing, Shane Dawson's got quite the history behind him. The fall in his reputation involved a bundle of offensive content that Dawson had produced over the years, much of which was brought to light by critics and former fans alike. At the heart of this controversy were old videos in which Dawson engaged in extremely racist behaviours, including wearing blackface and saying some outrageously racist slurs.
Blackface was something that I did a lot. I made a video 6 years ago talking about it, and I gave excuses, and I knew it was wrong, and I knew I would never wanted to do it again, but I didn't do the work. I didn't actually look into the history of it and why it's so wrong.
One such instance was when Dawson dressed up as various characters of different races, often using exaggerated accents and mannerisms.
My excuse, I was just being funny. I love black people. I'm not racist. I was trying to be funny. All of that is stupid and wrong.
But it gets so much worse. The controversy extended far beyond racism. Dawson was also accused of making inappropriate sexual comments about minors, which seems like a growing trend in 2024. In one particular clip, Dawson was seen pretending to masturbate over a poster of Willow Smith, who was only 11 years old at the time. This incident led to a public outcry from the Smith family, with Jaden Smith tweeting, "Shane Dawson, I am disgusted by you," and Jada Pinkett Smith also expressing her own outrage. After all this came out, YouTube demonetized all 3 of Dawson's channels, effectively cutting off his primary source of income and signaling a significant loss of support from the platform. Major retail outlets also began to pull his merchandise, and his collaborative beauty products with fellow YouTuber Jeffree Star were discontinued. In response to all this backlash, Dawson released a 20-minute apology video titled "Taking Accountability," in which he attempted to address the various accusations against him. While Dawson acknowledged his past mistakes, many argued that Dawson's response came too late and only after the consequences of his actions had become unavoidable. Further complicating matters was Dawson's alleged involvement in the Dramageddon scandal, where he was accused of orchestrating the downfall of beauty YouTuber James Charles in 2019, which also heavily impacted the reputation, seeing how he's willing to go the extra mile to maintain his relevance, even at the expense of others. Also, he fucked a cat. Anyway, speaking of YouTubers doing absolutely unjustifiable acts, Cody Ko is at the bottom of the barrel. Okay, I know I've talked about this controversy a lot, but come on guys, this guy had a massive reputation, so I can't not mention this situation. Allegations first surfaced when Tana Mongeau, during a live taping of her podcast Cancelled, claimed that she had a sexual encounter with Cody Ko when she was 17 and he was 25, an accusation that immediately sparked discussions about the legality and morality of the situation. Mongeau's initial claims came in response to a provocative question from the audience.
Who's the smallest you've ever had sex with?
Oh my god, no one look at me, Cody Ko. I can say that, I was literally 17, I can say that.
She explained that while she did not consider the incident traumatic at the time, reflecting on it as an adult made her realise she was taken advantage of due to the significant age difference and the power dynamics involved. Tana's allegations were met with scepticism, largely due to her controversial past and the internet's perception of her as an unreliable narrator. She expressed her frustration over this during an appearance on Trisha Paytas's podcast, where she lamented the lack of support and disbelief from the public. Seeing so many people not believing me, being like, "It's Tana, so who cares?" was really heartbreaking, she said. Cody Ko's response, or lack thereof, only fueled the controversy. For weeks he remained silent, which led to increasing pressure from the online community and other influencers, notably YouTuber D'Angelo Wallace, who called out Ko for his silence.
And you know that people are ignoring this because nobody is working harder to bury the story than you. None of your friends, nobody on your level, nobody in the commentary niche with enough pull is willing to admit that this situation makes you look terrible.
Wallace criticised Cody for trying to bury the story, urging him to at least acknowledge the allegations publicly. Eventually, Cody Ko released a statement via TMG Studios, the podcast collective he co-founded with Noel Miller. However, this statement was widely criticised for being incredibly vague and insufficient. The statement, signed by both Ko and Miller, mentioned that Cody would be stepping away from the day-to-day operations of TMG Studios, but did not directly address the allegations or take accountability for his actions. Well, you could say Cody Ko got what he deserved eventually, reportedly losing over 300,000 subscribers on YouTube as fans expressed their displeasure with his handling of the situation. His online presence has also diminished, with collaborations and appearances, such as those on the YouTube channel Cut, being quietly removed. Despite this, Ko has yet to provide a comprehensive response to the allegations, leaving many questions unanswered and his reputation in jeopardy. Here's another video I think you'll love. Thank you so much guys for your support. We're currently at 145 subscribers, which is amazing. Love you all.